as much as your external conversations. So today, a couple things I want to do with you. First of all, as you see from your objectives, I want you to become aware of what you do when you're in chaos. Because one of the things I always like to say is that awareness is 95% of the cure. If you can become aware of that little thought you have before you do something, before you act on something, it will literally save you from all kinds of problems, embarrassment, and it'll move you in the right direction. That's the first thing I want to help you do, is to become more aware of that. Second thing I want to do with you this morning is to help you create some internal, very simple internal, as well as external strategies that you can use. So as you get concerned about possibly having an impending layoff, or you're feeling, a money crunch or a time crunch, or just the chaos of doing more with less and all those things that happen, that you come back to your center and you remember your own personal truth, and you remember the thing that really keeps you calm and in the middle of your hurricane. And lastly, to have some fun with it with each other. So the first question I want to have you address internally, and then we'll have it addressed externally as well. Always like to do it both ways. First thing I'd like you to think about is, what are your warning signs? What happens to you? What do you do when things get chaotic, or you know yourself you're about to get chaotic? Now, some of the things I wrote on here, maybe you yell. These are some suggestions, because maybe you don't do any of these. Maybe you do all of these. Maybe you yell, you get impatient, you panic, you eat, you shop. No, it's hard to do while you're working, but you could do it online, right? You drug yourself, So you find these ways. So I'd like you to think about, what is it you do? And also, you know how there's that moment where you're kind of here, and then you're here, and they're here, and then you find yourself just somehow exploded. Now, some people explode internally, inside themselves, and some people explode externally. Yeah, so you can kind of think about which one you are. People usually do one or the other. It's usually called suppression or overly expression. And this is the Women's Research Anger Project did a study and said that almost all of us do one of these two things. So think about, and by the way, neither one of these are healthy. You don't want to do either one of them, and that's why I want to show you some things you can do so this doesn't have to happen to